Alright, everyone, we're in the final stretches of Homecoming. We will be finishing this today. If you look at my save data and see that I have 4 separate save files in the Underground and 1 at the prison, that's because those ones at the Underground are at the end of the game. I have technically all 5 of these save files set up. I saved the... So, let me say real quick that there are 3 major decisions you make that change the end of the game. So every time I had to go through starting at the prison and do something, and then do something. And then all the different iterations of it make these 5 endings. So last time, if you remember, and I guess it could be like literally just going from the last part to this part, I looked at the prison map and was like, oh my gosh, this is a lot. It turns out this part is like, could not be more linear, despite the map looking absolutely huge as heck.
You said this is our last sit-down, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, Silent Hill's pretty short.
Yep. All things considered. Now, this will be a weird sit-down because I'm going to get to the end, and then we're going to show... Sorry for the loudness, boys and girls. We're going to show the 5 endings, so we'll see how fast
Oh, yeah.
We'll
My
see...
favorite thing.
Yeah. We'll see how fast I beat the final boss and all that. I guess, I'm going to have to beat... I can save right before the final boss, but I will have to beat the final boss 5 times. So whether I leave that on or, like, just edit it a little is really up to how lazy I feel. Yeah, we read that note last time. Alright, so I remember I came in here and was like, oh man, where's the map? And I was like, oh yeah. And then I looked at it and was like, holy crap, yeah, you don't go to, like, half of it. And it, like... Because I was thinking of the prison from, like, SH4, which is, like, really pretty crazy to get around.
Yeah, it's, like, not only huge, but also, like, vertical, and there's, like, duplicates.
Yeah, but this is a Western developed game, so it is not... The only thing that I had any trouble in this game and had to look up were the stupid puzzles that were like, oh, figure this out. Alright, so I'm going to show you the GOAT AI in this game. You ready? There we go. So every time you see these guys, they duck, slash. You hit them 17 times.
I'm gonna cut you up, son.
By the way, did I mention I played this game 6 times a day? Actually, it was 8 times because I encountered a game-breaking glitch, which I'll talk about once we get out of the prison. And that was a lot of fun, like, doing 30 minutes of gameplay and then getting a glitch that literally freezed up the 360 was just awesome. I will also mention I've played this 360 a lot at this point, and knock on wood, the only time it ever shut off was during that really specific part a couple parts ago where it just turned off because reasons.
Yeah, and who knows? This game's coded so weirdly, it could have literally been the game and not the Xbox.
Yeah. And,
I think I've had my PS3 or PS4 hard freeze, where you have to, like, unplug the entire, like, console before. But I've never had it actually turn off.
Yeah, it just turned off. I will also mention that I've probably finished a good, like, 6 games on this system now, and Homecoming's the only one to have any problems with it. Not only did it do that thing where it just turned off, but like I said, I encountered that game-breaking glitch that literally freezes the 360 to the point where you can't even go back to the home menu.
That's cool.
Yeah. I can't really show it off unless I devote an extra, like, 10-15 minutes, because there's an unskippable cutscene right before it, so I'll just tell you about it. So there's Wheeler.
Dude, I'm trying to think. I was just playing a game recently that did something like that, where I could, like, not go back to the home menu or do anything because of a glitch.
Rock one fly? I love him. So I specifically saved the last one of the decisions you make is this one, which is the one that I think is, like, not the one I would do in real life, but the most fun to do and the most, like, vengeful, if that makes sense. Alright,
That was... Why was that thing so weird for a second?
So, I didn't realize this until earlier. Also, like how... by the way, the end of this game is an absolute mess, where, like, everybody just knows things for no reason. Like, Wheeler knows that passcode for no reason. Anyway, this is a really cool enemy design. I didn't realize that it was a female form on the back and a male form on the front. And the female form, if you're able to get behind it and hit it, is the weak point. And I just think that's pretty cool, all things considered.
Pretty cool and weird.
But, yeah, this game is a mess, but the enemy designs are really nice. So whoever did that did a pretty good job. I thought there was... Oh. If you get all the child drawings, you get a... What do they call them on the 360? Achievement. I did not. I missed some at some point. Thanks, Wheeler. Like, even Wheeler living in this world would be like, yep, a body. You know what I mean? Like, at this point, be like, oh, man. Even with that sassy attitude.
Thank you, Wheeler.
I've heard him say that like 5 times now, and every time I'm like, yeah. Thanks, Captain Obvious.
Yes, it works.
How?
Right? I told you. Like, I feel this is like every.
We need to split up. It's trope after trope after trope.
I legitimately like the first half of this game, but the second half just becomes a mess. It just does. Like, point out every time that you think something is like, well, that's convenient. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like that, where he was like, oh man, it works. Because if you go to that beforehand...
Okay, so it happened 3 times in the span of 10 minutes now.
If you go to that ahead of time and you try to do it, Alex is like, it's not functional. And then Wheeler comes up and is like, tap, I'm in. And it's like, okay. Now this, I don't count this as it because he's able to watch me. They show you that he's able to watch me on cameras and like kind of unlock stuff as you go. Like that's kind of the co-op aspect here. So I don't super count this as like, yeah, that's convenient. But definitely him having the passcode and him being like, oh, it works, is like, oh, that's real convenient. All right, but there's more. Thanks. Oh no! No! A single one of these! Watch me get just BTFO'd.
Is the knife the best weapon?
It's the one I've been practicing with, so...
It's also just the most nimble, even if it's not the most damaging. I hate the volume levels in this game.
Oh, speaking of volume things, there's gonna be some weird stuff later. I feel like it takes as many hits as the stinking fire axe, and how does that make any sense? Whatever, it's the ceremonial dagger.
It's epic.
Yeah, it's awesome. I don't think it's... No. Alright, so... Yeah, this way. Yep, okay. Alright. Okay, so we are going to try to very, very quickly get past these punks. If you do it perfectly, you don't have to fight them. And if you get a little lucky. I got a little lucky. Okay. I'd like to squeeze through, please. Yep. You saw that? I literally got hit as I was going through there. I don't know if it counted.
Yeah, all those hits didn't really do that much
I
damage,
know.
at least.
It's more the principle of it.
Yeah.
So this is the part where I had to... I kind of want to explain this a little bit. When... You have one of the major decisions coming up in about 15 minutes, and this is the last save point before this. So for 2 of the playthroughs, I had to save here and then like continue through to do this specific thing that's coming up. And then for the next one, I could go about 30 minutes more and save before that one. I hope that makes sense. So I didn't have to go through the whole game 5 times. I just had to go through essentially this part 5-ish times.
This door is jammed. I need your help.
See, at least it shows you this where it's like... Alright, I can see you. There's, you know, there's things that exist. Alright, so...
It's just unfortunate that since Wheeler's here, like, there's no atmosphere or tension at all anymore.
Yeah, I like Wheeler as a character, I do. But,
it just doesn't feel right for Silent Hill.
Yeah. It's weird for them to actually even though they're split up to be with you, you know? Alright, so I have to... I guess I'll show after I do this part. I have to collect 3 wires, and the reason for that is I have to put the power back on, and the reason for that is there is a panel code thing out here, because they did say L's in solitary.
Okay, Wheeler. I found the keypad, but it looks broken. I'm gonna search for a way to fix it.
And this is solitary right there. You can see at the upper right. And actually, so you know how big this map and everything is? I'm like literally almost done with the prison. So
Based.
they really like when they add that stuff and they're like, oh, check out this prison, and you're like, all right.
But it's like so broken you can't get to anything.
Yeah, and I get it, but all right. So we have the radio, but it's malfunctioning, and the last one, oh yeah, it's actually up here as well. I've only done this 5 times so far.
Yeah, I was about to say, if only you did it 6 times.
I literally did it 6 times today. There are some tools here. Looks like someone was making repairs but ran out of time. There's a spare bit of wire inside the toolkit. Alright, so we got 3 things of wire, which we're going to take right over here. I think I mentioned this before, but the type of puzzles in this game are like find item in room, use in room.
Oh, and you're doing this puzzle again, too.
Yeah, I have the thing up. I'm not spending 5 minutes being a dummy, which I guarantee I would spend 5 minutes being a dummy here. Also, I'm kind of colorblind, so it's not even super helpful anyway. You'll see what I mean. Alright, so red is first, and my question to you good folks out in YouTube land...
It's the rightmost one.
Okay, yeah, that... See, that looks like black to me. Alright, red, white's easy. It's that one. Green, blue, yellow. So I'm going to say green, and then green, blue, yellow. Okay, there we go. Alright. That's the only puzzle that's just stupid trial and error. The other ones coming up, I will give them credit, are actually kind of cool. This unlocks across the way. I kind of like stuff like this.
I also like that extremely stock sound effect of the...
yeah, of the... sparking.
That and the door open sound. I don't know how to explain it. It's like the chain door opening.
Yeah.
It's in everything.
Yeah, that is true. So we can do a couple minor things down here. I don't know why it's making noise like there's an enemy around there or not. So that opens something, and that opens something else.
Yeah, there sure are a lot of levers.
That one's the one you need. I honestly don't know what the other one opened up. It's like something that's in complete darkness, but I don't really care. Alright, so if anyone finds this note, I can help you access the gateway to your freedom, but to escape your fate, you must first visit solitary confinement. Prisoner number 110391. Okay.
Dash.
Alright, so this is good to go. Why don't we try 110391. Whew! My brain. Like, I'm making fun of this game, but at the same point, I got curb stomped by the by that sliding puzzle for 15 minutes.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, so here's your mom and stuff. Crank that biddy up. I wanted to say Saw before Saw, but like I think they were at like Saw like 4 by this point. Saw 1 came out in like 03 or something.
Yeah, and they made one every single year.
What did they do?
They're making another one. Actually, the newest one, Jigsaw, was actually pretty good. It was like a soft reboot, and it was not bad. Alex.
Mom, I'm gonna get you down.
Oh. So I said that we get to choose the ones that are that you like kind of like instinctively want to do the most. Choose one what?
Please. Stop. Save your breath.
The lighting on Alex's eyes in a lot of scenes coming up is really weird, and it makes him look blind. Like, right there. Like, you see how his eyes are, like, kind of coming into focus?
Yeah.
There's one scene in particular where, like, Ferris walked by and he was like, is he missing an eye? And I was like, what, it really is that bad? I can't.
Please, please.
So Alex's mom is, like, the greatest character in the history of Silent Hill, right? Like, the most memorable. Alright, Trev, what would you do in this situation? What would you do in the game? I'm sorry, not IRL.
I don't know. Probably not do it.
We're gonna choose. I'm sorry, I can't because Alex's mom sucks. And also, it's like more interesting to watch. Otherwise, you shoot her, and then she doesn't scream.
Oh, I thought the other option was like maybe she can get saved, but
No, she dies anyway. The other option is you shoot her in the head, and then this happens. Although it's like anticlimactic because like she screams for 3 seconds and then like instantly dies. I don't know. If I had one term for this game, it would be anticlimactic. Because I really feel like the first half of the game, it's not a masterpiece, but I'm like, alright, yeah, okay. Cool. And then pretty much from the prison onward, you're like, they ran out of budget, got it.
yeah, I don't know if Konami was like, you have to put Silent Hill, no more Shepherd's Glen. That place was that was actually kind of cool.
Yeah. All right, so we're just gonna save just to be safe. I can't believe I have 5 save files for this game. The stuff I do for LPs, and it's not even like I'm forced to do it. I'm just like, I'm gonna do this thing. All right, so this is a little bit different now because it's other Silent Hill or whatever you want to call it, which doesn't make any sense canonically, but whatever. So this is a pretty cool puzzle. So this mass shows up, and there's a hole in front, and as every Silent Hill game after Silent Hill 2 has to do, you can just put your arm in if you want. And if you do it without figuring out the puzzle, an enemy appears. So let's not do that. But there's a puzzle we can figure
I
out.
love mystery masses.
Yeah, it's like literally just like a I don't know, a hive.
Who
All right, so
knows?
we have, I stand beside the holy man. The monarchs fear my wrath. None may move the way I can, ever the crooked path. So this one, I actually figured these all on my own, and I feel very smart. So we have a bunch of chess pieces. He stands behind the holy man. That would be the bishop, so it's not the bishop. What stands next to the bishop? It's either the knight or the, I guess, king or queen. So automatically it makes it the knight because you can't have both. But it says, ever the crooked path. The knight always moves 1 vertically and 2 horizontally, or the other
Big
way around.
brain.
So yeah, I'm super big brained. All right. The man who devised it does not want it. The man who bought it does not use it. The man who used it does not realize it. Okay, let's take a look here. This one's pretty obvious. All right, so there's the vague notion of death. The vague notion of death. A sword, prison, and a coffin. So the man who devised it does not want to use it. The person who's using it doesn't realize they're using it. That would be a coffin. This one was the toughest one for me. What man loves more than life, fears more than death or mortal strife? What poor men have, the rich acquire, and all contented men desire. What misers spend, and the wastrels save, and each man carries to his grave. The one that got me on it, so I was like looking around and I was like love, or like, it's obviously not money. And I thought it was like time, but when I like thought about it more, it was like, what do misers spend? Nothing. They spend nothing. So the answer for that is nothing. It's, each man carries to his grave, nothing. What poor men have, nothing. The rich acquire. Yeah.
Dang.
I'm super smart. Is essentially the takeaway from that. And it just makes a weird noise and goes away. The sound design on this latter half of the game is, like, bizarre. And not bizarre in a Silent Hill kind of way. You'll see in a couple upcoming things. See, I like the idea of that. Like, I'm not complaining of that too much.
Just drop down that mystery hole.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, sweet, I didn't break my legs. Nice. Dude, he was like Goku there. Or he was like, I don't know, Superman. Yeah, Vegeta. I kneel. Shepard, you son of a gun!
Why is this scene so quiet?
I know, right?
Sorry, Alex. I'm afraid I got more bad news. I found this in one of those border soldiers.
I like the idea of Wheeler just finding those, like, silent order people and just shooting them a million times. And that just amuses me to no end. Alright, so we're in the other prison. And this could not be more linear if they tried. As I somehow get lost.
Yeah,
JK, not even possible.
Definitely seems like they probably just ran out of time and money at this point.
But we have to keep moving.
And it's not cool, like, the descent into hell, the thing where you just keep going down. Like, that's linear, but was cool as heck. This is just, like, a reason for you to run places and to lengthen the game by...
Yeah, it's just like
5 minutes.
generic hallways. There's nothing even going on.
Yeah. So this part's cool. So this is the one time in the entire game where Wheeler is, like, doing stuff with you. And he rules. I mean, look at that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah! And that's the only time. That's the only time that you actually, like, get him. I guess, spoilers? I don't know. But, like, that's what I wanted. I was like, I just want, like, a small section where, like, not a whole thing, but where Wheeler's like, hey, you know?
Cool door.
This is the best part of the entire game. I want a front door like that. Welcome to my abode.
Quick. You get them loose before they start pumping the gas. I'll shut off the valves.
What? How do you even know?
They're in the execution chamber.
Oh.
We don't have time to talk. I've got to get you out of here.
What is that? Did you get that?
It's Alice.
Elle, where is she? Is she okay?
I don't know. I'll find her though. I promise. She said she took this from you. So I guess I should have it back.
This isn't mine. It belonged to Nora.
Oh, yes, Nora. I know who that is.
Turn on the gas.
Nora is Elle's little sister who went missing.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I wouldn't expect most people would be like, I don't know what's going on. Wheeler! Literally the only character in the game where you like care at all about them.
Get out of here! I'll save Wheeler!
Yeah, run. Wait, did she just, like, smirk?
I believe so. Also, enter the worst boss in the game. No, not quite as bad as the puppet one,
Yeah, I
but
was about to say.
oh man, this one's like less long because it's more of a sub boss. But man, I hate this boss. I'm gonna use no less than three health drinks.
Ah, yes.
So the whole goal is to get behind them and hit the tail,
the butt.
the literal butt. But that's easier said than done. Cool. Cool.
It's so fast.
Oh man, I haven't hit him once and it still looks stupid as heck. Okay, so
Why is it, like, glowing?
it's because I'm in the. It's because I was like literally near the source of light. Ah, come on. You can avoid that, but it's not. I take the hit. So, that makes no noise.
That is, yeah, that is. This boss seems unfinished.
Yeah, I find it very weird. By the way, if you're, like, worried about my, like, health stuff, don't be. You get a ton of stuff at the end. Like, you hear that, right? Or I guess you don't hear that, would be the correct term. It just does not make a noise.
Yeah, it definitely just seems not finished.
No. That hit, by the way. So, my main complaint about the... Okay, cool. Done. Sweet. My main complaint about the battling in this game is, so hypothetically, if I press A and then I'm hit, it still swings afterwards. Does that make sense? Like, it doesn't cancel the movement.
Yeah.
So if you hit A a bunch of times and then you're hit, he'll get up and go swing, 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 and you're like, okay. Like, clearly plans change at that point, you know? So that is why sometimes, like, I'm playing bad, but that's why sometimes you're like, wow, he's playing really bad. Alright.
Seemed fine to me.
2 more major areas. It's almost like 1 major area and 2, like, semi-minor areas. This next one's pretty cool. I like the general feel of it.
Schism attacks.
No.
No, they're based.
Siams.
This looks pretty cool.
Yeah. The world they make is cool, it's just the execution is very...
It's very, yeah, it's very shallow.
Very early 360. It's not even early 360.
Josh,
Very,
Josh, you little piece of crap. Wait for 1 second.
very 360 before, like, 2010. Very 360 before Dead Space 1. Although, Bioshock 1 came out in, like, 2007, so never mind. Good games can come out at any time, and I will not apologize for this game.
Yeah, Bioshock had such a unique art style anyway.
It's not even about the graphics for me. I don't care. It's more about this game is a chore to play 6 times in one day. All right, so I like this part quite a bit. This is you'll never believe that a church is in a Silent Hill game. You'll never believe it. And you know, I'm gonna stick to that. What a beautiful design. I wonder what it sounded like when it was playing. Okay, Alex, you are mentally sick. To just be like,
Well, I think that's also true.
I wonder what it sounds like. I would just be like, how do I not die every second? Alright, so this opens a door over Nya. And because of that, this poop head comes in. And you know what we're gonna do?
Run away.
We're gonna run away. So we need to get 5 items. I don't know if you saw those like 5 things that opened up when I put the dagger in, but that is what we need to do. There's some swarm in here, but I gotta be honest, they're pretty annoying. Actually, you know what? Screw it. Yep, I am not even close to.
It's so dark.
Oh, I have another one on it. What's that? Oh, a picture. Ooh. Okay, cool. There's something on top of the torso. I got the chalice palette. Plate, excuse me.
Chalice palette.
Chalice palette. It's a baptismal font. There's a partial corpse floating inside. Wonder who this was. That's something to be thinking.